All right, one of the things you run into when you're fighting the lonely internal mental battle of pursuing some dream, something you want to do, is like, how long am I going to have to pay the price on this? And that comes in the arena, to understand that, is the lead ball, snowball theory. Ball theory. Now here's what that is. This has to do with like paying the price. You wonder how long, you're always asking, how long do I have to put myself through this? I want to do it. Obviously I wouldn't have started. But most people, what do most people do? They get almost there and then they quit. And it's like this. Which to me has always been most frustrating about people quitting before they get where they want to go is they wind up going, what you find a failure most of the time is they go about 90%, 98% of the way. We used to tell people failure is going 98% of the way, and then right before it happened, well, I just quit. And that's why failure is so stupid. If you want to fail the smart way, never get started. And the other thing is mediocrity. Mediocrity is going, if you want to do something, you want to get the big bang, you want to get the full result. But mediocrity is when people, they go 99% of the way, starts to get harder and harder. It's like in football, trying to get you get inside the 20-yard line, 10-yard line, the defense toughens up, and it's hard to get it in the end zone. Well, mediocrity is where most people stop. They stop paying that last 1%, and they never get greatness. See, greatness is doing it all the way. And it can seem like, a lot of times it's not, but it seems like paying that last 2% is, 98% of the work. But it's not. It just seems like it because you're expecting it to be there. You've never been there before. You've been paying the price. And so you're wondering, what is it that's causing, what is it that I'm dealing with here? Well, it helps to understand if you look at a thing we call the lead ball, snowball theory. So let's just say you start here, here's the ground. And it generally works like this. You have a mountain to climb. You have a mountain of obstacles. All right? And you don't know how high that mountain is, but you've got to get over this top. So what happens is you start off, and it's like you're pushing a lead ball. And here you are. You've got your back, you're engaged, you're pushing, you got your arms there, and you're just pushing, and you want to get that thing up. Now you got to get that thing all the way up the top of the hill. Now, while you're pushing this big ball of things you got to do, things you got to learn, obstacles you got to fight, you don't know what's in front of you because this ball, you're so consumed by this thing. It occupies all your time, energy, and effort. You can't see past the thing. All you know is you're sweating blood as you go up this hill. And, as you get close to the top, the resistance gets worse and worse. There you are, the little guy on the way to the top. Now, this is the same thing if you're trying to start a business, but if you're trying to do things in your personal life, you're trying to get in shape, lose weight, get to where you can run a marathon, you want to learn a foreign language, you want to do anything that you've never done before, you've got to learn. You got to develop skills. You got to go through that process. And the question comes in is, how long am I going to have to do this? How long is it going to take? And how much effort? How much effort? Because this is wearing me out. I'm sweating, you got drops of sweat pouring off. And so as you go through this thing, what happens is there's nobody who can tell you how far you are from the top at any given point. All you know is you're not there yet. But here's how it goes. Eventually, if you keep on pushing, some magic moment will hit and you're at the top of the mountain. And this is where what appears to be the overnight success happens. People say, wow, you came out of nowhere because, because now the thing goes and it just becomes, as it goes downhill, it gathers speed, shoots like a rocket ship, gains size, and now down here, all of a sudden you're a sensation. Whereas here, it's nothing but sweat, blood, and everything. Every day's a Groundhog Day. You're doing the same thing over and over, fighting your way. But once you get to the top, you make that breakthrough, then everything changes. The lead ball turns into a snowball. Your business starts working. If you're learning language, you start to get comfortable with things. And you can do what it is you were trying to do. You're there. Everything changes. Now, as you go through, and this is where people say he's an overnight success. So let's go, let's look at 2 reasons why you don't know, nobody can tell you how long and how hard it's going to be. So here's why people can't tell you, let's just look at how long. How long is it going to take? Here's why nobody can tell you. If this is the mountain, see, the price is going to be the same for everybody eventually, but the deal is you may not have climbed the whole mountain. You may not have picked up all the experiences like in a business. You may come in and been in similar businesses, or let's say learning languages or learning musical instruments. You may have learned other things which gives you a head start. You may start at an advantage where you're starting up here, where somebody maybe, like if it's music, they don't even know what a chord is. They don't know how many notes there are. They know absolutely nothing. So they're starting here. They got a long way to go where they could even get up to where your starting point is. So to tell, them what their price is going to be, they might look at you and say, well, look at this knucklehead. He came in here and boom, 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 boom. In a short period of time, he got the top and he's already down here skyrocketing. And here I am just still getting, I got nothing. I'm making no progress. Well, you started further off. If you'd gotten this person earlier in their life, while they were learning, they would have been down there right with you. They've just been at it longer. They picked up these skills. They paid that price in a different arena. So that's why people start at different steps along the way. Someone might be in here. Who knows where it is where you started? Until you get on the mountain and you push to the top, you still don't know how long it's going to take you to get there. And you won't know how much advantage you have over these others. Nobody knows what other people have in terms of skill sets, abilities, how hard they work, how they can compress time frame. So that's why the long question, it takes what it takes. It takes what it takes. Notice how I got my letters to go follow the hill? And you just got to stay with it or quit until you get there. And that's why it's so tough. And that's why so many people would get almost to the top and say, you're most frustrated, most angry, less patience the more you've been in it. And so that's why when your frustration is the peak, and you'll hear some people's, many people that have won, they said, it was after the last time I wanted to commit suicide that I kept on going and I had the success. It's because by that time they paid, it's taken such a big bite out of them, they were almost to the reward stage. So the more frustrated you are, that's probably a good sign. You're getting close. And people who don't put anything into it, they don't get frustrated. So if you're really frustrated, really angry about things, probably a good sign, probably shows that you're somebody that does have what it takes because you haven't put the time in there, but you've got to stay with it and let it pay off so this can turn into the snowball stage. That's what this is what you're going for, and this will come very fast. So the other side is how much effort is it going to take? Well, let's look at that. All right, here we go. How much effort? Don't go back over. How much of a disruption of my life? How much time, energy, and effort am I going to put into it? Is it going to be? Well, that's the same thing. It's a similar kind of thing. People are different. Let's just say you've got the same mountain to go up, and let's say you're pushing the same ball, but you might not have much experience, much ability. You might not have as much as somebody else. You might be going up the hill with somebody else, but they might be have started off with more talent, more support, more natural. Some people have more natural discipline. More, they don't need to sleep. There's some people, they need like 4 hours of sleep at night. I think I need about 16 hours. But they have things going on in their life, and you don't know what these advantages are. But because of those advantages, that makes them much stronger, much easier to deal with this thing. So sure, they've got to push the same thing up the hill. They got the same ball to deal with. They've got the same distance to go, same price, but they've got other advantages. So maybe it's going to take more out of you to get up there. Who knows? You don't know until you get in there. It could be that you thought you were this guy. It could be you thought, I'm this guy. But then you get involved in it and you say, wait a minute, I'm better at this. I'm strong. I'm more of a natural person. Naturally, this comes to me easier. I'm this guy. And so I can get up there. I've heard all these people saying it took this long. But with me, somehow it comes easier. I can get up there easy. This is why you don't know how good you're going to be, how much effort it's going to be, until you get in the game. You've got to give yourself a chance. And, you can't sit in a chair reading about it and find out how you're going to be. You got to get out there and give it a try. Could be you're a natural. So that gives you an idea of how the lead ball, snowball works. This is the lead ball stage. This is the snowball stage. Don't put all the effort, sweat and blood over here on the lead ball stage and give up before you get a chance to benefit from the snowball stage. Stay with it. Don't quit. It's just a stage you're going through. All right, hopefully that helps some people.